Good morning, everybody. I hope all is well with everybody. I am out here getting in some steps. It's a beautiful morning. It is in the mid 60s, but a beautiful morning to walk. I decided I would get on out here and get these steps in. Walking for health and fitness, walking to keep these joints moving and all of the healthy things. Thank you for whoever is in the chat. Can't see anyone right now. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming. Walking for health right now. Hello, Jared Talks. Hello, Tamika Davis. Hello, Hilda DC. Hey, Cherry. Hey, welcome in, everybody. I could see when I stopped under the shade tree. Out here getting some steps in, just getting a little exercise in. I'll probably be out here for about 15 or 20 minutes. Not too long. Ooh, I put on a windbreaker, but it's a little warm. Thought it was cool out here. I may have to put you guys down and take off this windbreaker. Hold on just a second. Let me put you down for a little bit. Ooh, it is hot. It's getting hot. I'll be right back with you guys in a minute. Just trying to tie this jacket around me. Ooh, okay. Okay, guys, I had to take off this jacket. It's just too hot. Hmm. I thought because it was 60 something degrees, I could just put it on, but not so. Look at all the decorations over there, y'all. They got it decorated down for Halloween. Oh, wow, I see the garbage collector, so I am going to have to rush back home. I have some Gatorade for them that I want to put out, so I'm not going too far down. What is the weather in your corner of the world? It's in the mid 60s down south here. Ugh. But very bright. The sun is shining. It's not too much of a breeze. I thought it would be a little cool, but it's not. I mean, slight breeze, but not too much. Okay, y'all see the garbage truck down there? They are headed in the opposite direction, but I'm going to turn and go back so I can put their stuff out there on the can. I don't like to put it out and let it just be hanging out on the can for too long, because I've had an incident when somebody removed it, removed their snacks. That person was not one of the garbage collectors, but I got it back because I went right down the street and got it back. So, yeah. Nice day to walk. I can't see the chat too well, but everybody's welcome with well-intentioned comments. Please be respectful. I have been in a couple of chats lately, and people have been off the chain. It's okay if somebody disagrees with what the host says, or disagree with another person in the chat, but it's not okay when you start being ugly, nasty, calling people names, and just being rude. You don't have to do that. You can disagree because you are an individual, but you do not have to name call and just say rude things to people. Like, I was in one chat not too long ago, and some rude person came into that chat and basically said, are you whitey or blackie? Now see, that kind of language and that kind of, I mean, what difference does it make? And some other rude comments that's just unbecoming, and nobody has to take that. Now, if I have a person in my chat that's disagreeable, you don't have to remove them. But if they are just getting personal and, talking about a person's body parts and all of that, no, we don't tolerate that. So in situations like that, remove them. But if it's just somebody disagreeing with me or anyone in a respectable manner, that's fine. We welcome your view. And if you have a difference or differences, that's fine. But just don't get rude, nasty, and personal. That's not what we do here. And by all means, remove a person like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you have been in chats like that where people are just downright rude. I'm going to talk a little bit about peace. We all should want peace, should want joy, and to be happy. And if anyone disturbs our peace, cut them off. You don't have to put up with that. You don't have to tolerate it. Cut them off. It's a little traffic right here. You don't have to deal with people that are disturbing your peace at all. I don't care who it is. It can be a family member or a friend. Cut them off. Pray for them and keep pushing. You don't have to tolerate rudeness from anybody. And we do have some family members who are rude and obnoxious, bullies, all of these things. But don't deal with it, because it's one thing that I will not do, and that's go back and forth. Time is precious. I'm not going to waste my time going back and forth with someone about nothing. Say what you have to say, mean what you say, be real about it. When you've said what you've said, you said it, stand on it, and keep moving. Okay, I'm going and get those Gatorade. I left them on my patio. And since I see the guys are down the street a little bit, I'm just going to get them and take them, put them, they're in a bag, in 2 bags as a matter of fact, and just put them on the can. Let's see here. And then we're going to the pond. Time is too precious for that. Yes, Cherry. Hey, Callie King. How you doing? Happy to see you. Yes, Hilda DC. Nobody got time for that foolishness. Nobody. There's too many things going on in life with people. I mean, real life situations. So, who has time for the foolishness? I don't. And I don't think anybody else has time for the foolishness. Okay. So I put the, I have 3 large bottles of Powerade or Gatorade. I think Powerade. So we're gonna head on to the park, to the pond. We have to learn to respect everybody and mind your business. Some people take too much to do with other folks' business. Bothered. People. And I think when people are doing that, they have too much time on their hands. They're idle. Find a hobby, read a book, go to the library, take a walk rather than nosing in folks' business. Talking all over your mouth about another when it has nothing to do with you. It's craziness. It's a lot of craziness. It's a lot going on in our world. It's a lot going on in our communities, in our cities, in our states, in our families. So, who has time to be nosy in other folks' affairs? I don't care what you're doing in your house or at your house, as long as you're not disturbing me. What goes on the inside of your home is your business. It's inside your home. If you're not bringing it to the outside, it's nobody's business to be wondering and pondering on what people do in their homes. If it's you don't see any danger or anybody is bothering you, why bother it? I can see if it's something going on that you know about that may be unsafe, that may be unhealthy, that may involve a child. I can see, you know, looking and trying to see what is going on with that. But just everyday living, my people do too much. They do too much for me. I stay in my, me too, Cherry. Hey, boss lady, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Lucy, welcome in. Me too, Cherry. I mind my own business. I see things, not things that are unsafe or anything to cause a problem in the community, but it's not my business. I don't care about stuff that's going on with somebody, as long as I don't see anything that's unsafe for a child or nobody's in distress, but just to take something to do with something that does not concern you, I don't see that. Y'all know what I mean, what I'm talking about. Okay, we have made it to the pond. It's peaceful out here. Thank you all for coming in. I just came out here to, yes, Tamika, that's the way I see it. It's crazy. Hey, Tixie, welcome in. Wellness with Frugal Mama, how are you doing? I was exercising right along with you this morning, Frugal Mama. Right in the bed, kicking up my legs, bending my knees. Oh, yes. Thank you for the motivation. Okay, y'all, look how serene it is out here. It's a little wind, and the waterfall is going. I see a few people walking. I'm just out here strolling along, trying to get my steps in. That's why folks broke now, because, let's see what Jerry said. They minding the wrong business. Right, Jerry, you're right. Minding the wrong business while theirs is going undone. Get you some business and mind your business. Right, me too, Tamika. As they say, there's a saying, uh, 6 months to mind your business and 6 months to leave other folks' business alone. It takes a whole year. Now this man here is throwing stale bread in the waters to the ducks and the geese. And I mentioned to this man over a year ago that it's not good to give those birds stale bread because of their digestive system. He said, "Oh, it's not going to hurt them." So I didn't say anything else. I just buy the seed, the wild bird seed, and throw it out for them. But some people don't listen. So I said, well, that's his business. But I just wouldn't give him the stale bread. After I learned about that, I I used to do it at first before I knew, but once I learned about it, I stopped doing that. Now he's going on after he's given them all of that bread. He said, "Oh, it won't hurt them." Okay. So that was the end of that conversation. Yeah, it is a beautiful view out here. It really is. The water is nice and the waterfall is pretty. So peaceful and calm. Oh, you didn't know that, Boss Lady Denise? Yes, it harms their digestive system. Um, they can't digest the bread, and so you give them the grain and the feed that is for them. And I talked to somebody in the pet shop and at the hardware store where I buy my feed for them. And then I did some research, and it's true. They can't digest that. Yeah. Hey, Nikki, welcome in. How are you doing, beautiful? All of you beautifuls who have come in to watch the view and watch me get some steps in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We were just kind of talking about peace, and whatever disturbs your peace, cut it off. Doesn't matter who it is, family, friends, whomever. Cut them off. Live your life. Pray for them. Keep it moving. But you do not have to be humiliated by people. You do not have to let people make you feel less than. You don't have to let people make you feel you're not good enough or that they can just take over your life and just bully you, trying to make you do things that you don't want to do. I have just never been that person, though, to, not as an adult. I have never been that person. Only one person bullied me when I was in elementary school, and it was a boy, until I fought him like another boy one day, and he backed all the way up. Baby, we had desks moving, sliding around the floor, and that was the end of that. Sometimes people can push you to that point where you get tired. Don't let people push you into a wall. Some people will let things build and build and build and not do anything or say anything until they blow up and explode. It's best to, as Odom says, get it off your chest. Get it off your chest right away. Don't let things blow and blow and blow up and then you explode. Yeah, so don't let people take it. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? Welcome in. Don't let people abuse and misuse you. I be talking to some family members sometimes. They be going through stuff and they just, a few of them just take and take and take and take, you know. And I be saying, you got to get these people off your back because if you don't, they're going to run you in the ground. They're not going to stop. So you are going to have to get them off your back. And I mean that. You know, that's why I stay in my lane because I am a person who is real and I speak the truth. People don't like it when you speak the truth. As long as you agree with them, they're okay. If you're a yes ma'am person or a yes sir person, as long as you agree with them, they're well with you. But you can't do that. I can't do that. You have to tell people how you feel. And if you see and know that something is wrong, you have to correct incorrect behavior. And this is with your children. You have to correct incorrect behavior. You cannot let these children run wild. You don't correct them. You let them do what they want to do. You are growing up some little people that's going to grow up and be almost like little monsters. And I'm sorry, forgive me for saying it, but I see it. I have seen it. Children do get out of hand sometimes. They are influenced by peers and others, and they weren't raised a certain way. I get that part. But some of these children, some of these parents are not correcting their children. That's not love. You think you got to give your child everything they want. You are ruining a child and setting them up for failure. We want our children to be successful. We don't want them to fail. But we have to train up a child in the way they should go. And when they're old, they will not depart from it. Didn't say that they wouldn't stray away because they do, we have done, but you will come back into the fold. So some people don't see it that way. Oh, my child this, and I got to do this for my child, and this and this. I told my daughter years ago when Tyler was young, train him right, train him up. I told them because if you don't, you will be sorry. He is a male. You got to apply a little bit of pressure. And she said, Mama, you're right. This may be your only child, but so what? That only child has to be trained in the proper way. So you just can't give children everything. You can't agree with it when they are wrong. I will be the first, and I am the first to tell my children when they are wrong. I just believe in that. I believe in it. I remember growing up, my dad never whipped me, but my mama tore my behind up. She didn't play. I was my mama's only child for 10 years. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I had things, I had a lot of things because I was my maternal grandmother's only child, only grandchild. They bought they gave, they loved, but my mama tore my behind up. Yes, she tore that booty up, y'all. But I didn't like it then, and I thought she was mean. I couldn't stand it. But now, well, even before now, I thank my mama because my mama helped to shape me in the way that I would go, shaped me for who I am. Of course, God first. But when you are gifted these children by God, He gives you dominion over them. So you got to train them. God is not coming down here and train them. You got to train them. Hey, Georgia girl. Hello, my sweet Jazzy fame. Jazzy to the fame. How are you doing? Glad to see you. Yes, you have to tell a child when they're wrong. Please forgive me. If this is your first or second test, please forgive me. If this is your first or second time, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a regular, I don't even have to tell you, you know you're welcome. And hope I haven't missed anybody. Yes, it starts at home. Yes, it starts at home. So, Cherry, I don't give a rat's behind about them calling some service. I whipped mine. And the two that my husband and I adopted, we tore them butts up. Now you go call anybody you want because if they come to our house, I would tell them you take them home and raise them. And I said it's better for me, for us, to get them than for them to go out here, do something, go to the house, and then you're going to really get torn up there. So you better take it from me. If you call anybody on us, you go on, be prepared to go with them. I didn't have that problem. I don't care. I will whip them wherever they acted up at. That boy, I tore his behind up in front of the police one day. And the police turned his head, turned their heads. It was two of them. I burned that butt up with a belt. Didn't care who was standing there. And you know what the police say? A lot of them need a good whipping. I have gone to the school and tore that boy up in school. Yes. And the teacher couldn't get the children out of the class fast enough. She ushered them out of there. Children, 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 like you got a little herd of cattle. And she was herding them out that room. I tore his behind up. I stopped by the office. I signed in. I concealed that belt. And I burned his butt up. I didn't have to go back to her class again. He was in elementary school. If a child is misbehaving and you call me about that child, just know when I come to that school, I'm going to correct the problem right there. It's no waiting until you get home because I have taken off my job to go to the school for foolishness. I had to whip that girl one day in the principal's office. I went to that school. When the principal called me, she and some other little girls were misbehaving. I said, okay, I'll be there. Took off my job, went to that school, made her take off her belt. I tore that butt up. I bet I didn't have to go back to that school again. I'm not standing for that. It may be some people that listen to this later that think it's harsh of me. I don't believe in abuse. I don't believe in putting hot things to children. I don't believe in abusing children, hitting them all over the head and stuff like that. But I do believe in discipline. You cannot raise a child and not discipline them. And for anybody who comes in the chat and got something to say, don't come from me. You raise your children the way you raise yours, and I raised mine the way I raised them. So don't come for me. Mind your own business. As Official Jamie say, mind your business. And that's what I'm saying. Mind your business. Raise your children the way you want to raise them. And let everybody else raise their children their way. You, sh- you shouldn't on a live and all these things, but you should discipline. Discipline is not going to hurt anybody. Y'all, I don't know that this thing freeze up. It looks like it's frozen. Hey, Country Hustle, thank you for coming. Did it freeze up, y'all? Looks like it froze. It froze up. Yeah, that time out. Huh. Right, Nikki. Spare the rod, spoil the child. And that's the truth. The screen is black. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this screen does this because I did put my phone on do not disturb. So I'm on the patio right now. And I don't know why it froze. But as long as y'all can hear me, have a great day, Tigsy, and thanks for stopping by and spending time with us. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you all for coming, and I hope I have said something that may have blessed somebody because that's my aim to bless people. Can you hear me? Take Care Wellness. Yes, you have to have rules, you have to have order, you have to establish boundaries. Not just with children, but with anyone. You got to have boundaries. And I'm big on that. Establish boundaries. So that's what we need to do concerning our children or anybody. Establish, thanks to Mika, establish boundaries, rules and regulations, because in this thing called life, you will have to take instructions from somebody one day. You got to follow rules one day from somebody. So we may as well teach them about rules and regulations and boundaries. We may as well teach them now when they're young. My husband would always say, bend the sap while it's young. Because when it gets old, as Nikki says, while it's young and tender, because when it gets old, you're not going to be able to bend it. Yes, you can train any child. I don't care if the child has a disability. You can train and teach the children. These children are not crazy. They understand a lot. You have to train them, just like you have to train your animals, your dogs. You can train any child. Okay, thank you, Jazzy, to the fame. Tenderoni, yes, tenderoni, cherry. Yeah. So it just makes a better person for society. That's all. That's all we're doing is trying to prepare them for society because one day they're going to go out there and we may no longer be here. So we're gonna have to train them. And Anthony said, I was just thinking that Miss Patty, they never want to tell the child no. Yes, you're right, Anthony. If you're still here, I'm going back in the chat since I have sat down on my patio. These children lack discipline and respect. Yes, Nikki, that's true. And sometimes it comes from home. These children are, yes, the truth offends and cut the spirit. Yes. Well, sometimes the children go to the schools and other places and act crazy because they see the parents doing it. The parents will um, do things that's unbecoming in the presence of the children, cussing out people, cussing out educators. And I am a stickler for respecting everyone, from the bus driver to the custodians, the lunchroom workers, um, the teachers, the counselors, the principals, all of that. Respect everybody. Because if you didn't have these custodians, just imagine the mess the bathrooms would be and the dirt that would accumulate. Have respect for people and their jobs. Somebody has to do every job. And if that is a person's job, that person is no less to me than a teacher. That's a human being that should be respected. Don't just walk over the janitor while he's sweeping or vacuuming and don't say, excuse me, while he's picking up some paper or whatever and not say, excuse me. I cannot stand that. People are important. Everybody is important. Yes, everybody. Just going back in the chat a little bit to see what I missed or who I missed. Vital information. That's right, Patty. I don't feed them, but it's vital information. Thanks, Patty. You're welcome, Cherry. And thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and you know this because I tell you all the time. So I thank you so much. I thank you for being a family member. Thank you for the thumbs up, the cash apps, the super stickers, super chats, memberships, thumbs up, comments, going back looking at videos, being in my lives. Nothing is too small. I thank you for everything. And Tamika Davis, I call her the support queen. Tamika is so many places. I go places, some places I go to that I hadn't been in maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and Tamika Davis is there. I see her in a lot of places, a lot of times. So I want to give her a special thanks. And anyone else who is a non-creator that support, I thank you so much. I appreciate you all. But Tamika just stands out because I see her in so many places. Okay, Marin, I didn't see you, but thank you for coming. Thank you to all of my international friends. Thanks to each and every one. Tim Windsor, retirement days, I missed you. And I'm going back in the chat. That's when I was walking. I didn't see you. I think I did speak to Callie King. Thank you all because you all can be anywhere. You don't have to be here. Jared Talks. Thank you all for your support. The Bud Files, I didn't see you early on, but thank you for coming by. Thank you all for coming by. And anyone I missed, I truly apologize. Y'all know it's not intentional. You know me, and you know I don't do things like that. Georgia Girl, Country Hustle, just everybody. LP, I see LP. OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you all. Thank you for those that are watching from the watchtower and can't come down right now. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks to the replay team. Those of you that will come and watch the replay, I thank you all so much. Yes, she is a support queen, Jazzy to the fame. She really is. You've been driving, Gwen. Be safe out there. And thank you for coming by in the midst of doing your business. Thank you so much. Thank you all. So I'm on my patio. The screen froze for some odd reason, got black, turned black. I don't know why, because I did put the do not disturb on my phone. So I don't know why that happened, but thank you so very much for sticking with me, even on the black screen. I appreciate it. I have a video that's coming out today at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all, I made some potato cakes, and they are so good. There's many ways you can make them, but I made them the way I made them the other day. And they were good. Geeky Girls Journal, how are you doing? Y'all, Geeky Girls Journal is doing a Bible scripture challenge, and it is beautiful. It is so nice. So many great scriptures, so much motivation and inspiration to draw from. Sometimes you never know when a person is going through something, maybe having a bad day, and they can read a scripture. You can put just the right scripture out there, and they will gravitate to that scripture because they may be going through something and it's just the right scripture for them. Someone told me the other day, I put a scripture out, I think it was yesterday, the one I put out yesterday, and someone told me it was right on time for them. So we just never know. And it's about peace. And you just never know what will hit a person in a certain way to motivate, to inspire, to encourage. And that's why we're here. Yeah, so thank you, Geeky Girls Journal. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. In about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to close it out. I can't show you what's going on, what I'm doing on the patio. I have some green onion roots that I'm going to put in the dirt today. And LP, how are you doing, LP? Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I missed you early on. Thank you all for being here. But as I said, I'm going to do that. My fig tree is looking good. I see one little fig on it. I see some more, one other pepper coming out on one of my plants. And the spearmint. The spearmint doesn't have any smell. It's growing, 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 but it doesn't have any smell. Even the dill has a smell. And my daughter said the other day, she said, why is it that your spearmint does not smell like spearmint. I don't know. I just know I put it in the soil. I know it's growing like a wild weed. I'm doing well, LP. Thank you so much. Um, she's talking to Geeky Girl. Glad you're doing well, LP and everybody. But I don't know what the problem is with this spearmint. It's just not spearminting. Nikki, if you're still here, oh, I haven't crushed any, LP. I need to crush, but she was just smelling the plant. But I'm gonna try crushing and see what it smells like because it just has no smell right now. I mean, well, I didn't crush any either. I love to see my plants grow. Sometimes I hate to pinch off and they be growing so pretty, but I know I have to. But now the dill is smelling loudly. So, yes, that one is good. And the basil is smelling as well. It has a nice scent. But I don't know. I need to crush it and see. LP say, or even rub the leaf. I bet it'll smell. Okay, I will do that. As soon as I get off the live, okay, thank you, LP, because I didn't know what was going on. And my daughter was saying, this doesn't smell like anything. It has no scent. And it really doesn't, but I will rub it and see. Thanks for that information. But it's growing. It's growing, growing, growing. And I understand you don't have to do too much with mint. It grows and grows and grows. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I'm sorry for the black screen. I can see that it got stuck on the street when I was walking. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will talk to you on the next one. Have a happy, happy Tuesday and rest of the week. I will see you soon. Thank you for everything. Take care, Tamika. Bye, Geeky Girls Journal. Goodbye, everybody.